What's up, everybody, and welcome to the southern outskirts of Tampa. There's a lot of new construction, like this Ed's Tavern. There's a brand new Bell's here. There's even a brand new Publix here by the interstate. A couple of restaurants and nail salons. It's definitely busy here at this brand new Publix. Well, that right there is Interstate 75. Literally everywhere you look is new construction. And hey, this is a hospital going in. That's big infrastructure. It's one giant, never-ending construction site out here. Are we in Bradenton? Are we in Tampa? Are we in Ruskin? Are we in Palmetto? Like, where the crap are we really out here? I guess the real question here will be, where the crap are we here? The Carlton. I guess at some point there was a tree out here. These guys are out here working on a weekend. So this is practically like a whole new city being built out here. I mean, the scale of these projects is massive. And they got guys working out here in 100-degree weather on a weekend. It's hot. Could you imagine in this heat being up there? There's no shade, nothing. I can't help but feel bad for these dudes working on these construction sites in this heat. I mean, like, look at all this crap that's going in over here. Like literally anything between Tampa and Bradenton right now, like, it has grown so much. Artisan Lakes by Lennar. If you'd like to live in the state of Florida and live in our homes, Artisan Lakes offers as many living lifestyles as living the shopping.
Having a stroke.
A este tipo se me atravesó con un cajón azul. Alright, so like I was saying before, this Amazon driver cut me off. Now I'm just gonna drive really slow and he can figure out what he's gonna do. I had a perfect shot of these houses here. All the police officers and teachers and nurses for like the whole Tampa Bay area have to live over here. So what's interesting about these communities, it's like every single one of these communities will have like 10 police cars from like other parts of, like, you know, Tampa or St. Pete, Clearwater. This is the suburban dream of America. Walking a poodle with your wife through a gated community past a police car in front of an Amazon truck. Like, these people here are living the most incredible suburban dream and they don't even know it. Like, they don't even know how good their life is. Everybody in this neighborhood is just walking a poodle. Oh, look at how cute it is! It's a little poodle poo. It's like literally every other person in this community is a cop. How do you know you're in a poor community in Florida if your neighbors are cops? Because in Florida, law enforcement is the worst paid out of all 50 states. So if you have cops next door, you're living in a poor neighborhood. Like, slow the crap down. I mean, like, where are we technically? Are we in Palmetto? Are we in Ruskin? Where the crap are we in Apollo Beach? Like, where are we even? Like, I don't even know where the crap we are right now. Go figure, we're technically in Palmetto, but we're not really in Palmetto. Like, we're quite a ways from Palmetto here. This looks like exactly like Heritage Greens in North Naples. Like, I'm not sure why.
Court toward Bungalow Grove Court, then turn left onto Bungalow Grove Court.
A bungalow. Imagine having to patrol and keep a community safe that you can't afford to live in. These are some beautiful communities, like the type of place you'd want to live. Like, really nice areas. These guys are blasting cumbia music. I can hear it from all the way over here. But of course, there's already a brand new gas station across the street, so let's build another one right next to it. Looks real clean. America, where you build a brand new gas station next to a brand new gas station. Nice little taco truck over there. We are 32 miles from Tampa. The Mosaic Mining Company has these stacks that look like a landfill out here. And inside of those stacks, it's like byproduct from mining or something. It's some horrid crap. It's completely toxic, and every once in a while it spills into Tampa Bay and kills everything. All right, guys, we are now officially about to enter Hillsborough County. Yes, Hillsborough County. Well, on this bright side, there is a bike lane here. This, guys, is the Manatee County Jail. Free all of my homies, dog. Next time you put your hands on me, this is where they're gonna bring you. Free my roofer, free my landscaper, free my dishwashers. Take a look around, Katie.
Now that we're here, why don't we save the county some transporting costs?
I guess when you get released from jail, they give you a comb, a straw to snort with, and soap and toothpaste. So this is probably somebody who just got released from jail, and they're like, yep, let me just throw this here. If I'm not mistaken, this is one of the phosphate stacks, and it's basically a giant wall. Take a look at this thing. And inside of that is where they store like all of the contaminated mining byproducts. Now let's take a look at this water here for a minute. Now typically in Florida, you do not want to get close to the water because if there's an alligator, it'll eat you. But let's take a close look at this water here. Look at the color of this water. Bro, this homie needs to ride back to Branson. So not only is it a bad idea to be here because of the phosphate mine stacks, but I also feel like this is the place where it'd be great to carjack somebody on the side of the road. Welcome to Piney Point, one of the most contaminated places on the face of the freaking earth, literally, at least in the United States. This is really, this is the pinnacle of ecological destruction here. The water's like a sludge. It's like a real Florida cracker house back in these woods. Dude, look at the color of the water here. Like, water's not supposed to be that color. Well, guys, we've reached the end of the road here. Although it literally looks like there's a beach right here. I think that's the St. Petersburg skyline over there. Guys, it literally hurts your lungs to be here. I'm not exaggerating. Like, you can literally, your lungs literally hurt. Like, I literally, I can literally, I can't even breathe. Like, there's something here that's bad. Like,
Get me out of here.
Literally, my mouth's dried and, my lungs hurt. Like, whatever is out here, it's some wicked crap. So there's, literally, tiny little abandoned cottages out here like this one. They're everywhere. Just like little Florida cracker houses. It's definitely something different out here. The only way I could describe this is if you've ever been around red tide, this is exactly what it feels like. It just feels heavy in your lungs and you start wheezing, and it kind of reminds me of that. Like, that's the only thing I can really compare this to. It's like that red tide feeling. Like, it literally just feels identical to red tide. In fact, I think it might be the red tide. And then the irony of this place is that right there is a Honeywell manufacturing plant. And if you don't know what Honeywell is, you know when you can't breathe in your house, the air filters? Well, ironically, they're literally across the street. That's a very ironic place for that to be. But hey, if you don't believe me, you don't have to. Just come out here and experience it for yourself. All right, guys, so we're hopping back into Hillsborough County, Today, Katie and I have decided that we want to eat some of the best Mexican food we've ever had. We need to find like an incredible Mexican food restaurant here. And then out here, there's also abandoned orange fields. You can see that they're kind of overgrown. But hey, you know, the Tropicana plant is in Bradenton. Of course, the oranges in Tropicana come from like 1,000 different places, but this is pretty close to that Piney Point. So hey, if you want some radioactive oranges. Now this is the Manatee Mobile Home Park. I recently had an Uber passenger here, and they told me that during the off season, the lot rent's like $800 to $900 a month. But now during season, they jack up the prices to $1,400 a month just to park a camper. Like, there's literally nothing out here. This is the middle of nowhere. Wow, okay. Imagine paying $1,400 a month for an empty piece of land, and the only thing out here is a freaking Circle K. Guys, so we're here by the side of the road, and we're gonna get some agua frescas. So, like, here in Florida, you can get this like anywhere. So, I'm gonna grab a watermelon, and I'm gonna grab a mango for us. All right, guys, we just got our agua frescas here, and they are freaking incredible. There's also a taco truck here, so we're gonna get some tacos as well. Okay, Katie, so this is your sope. Katie, se va con un sope. El sopetón de Katie. I don't even know what that means. And I got some asadas for me. Let's take a look, y'all. By the way, this was only $11, so 2 tacos de asada for me. Miren esto, que belleza, mi gente.
I kind of wish I had a knife before.
I'm sorry. There's napkins, though. What a mess. I'll tell you something about Mexican street food. If there's radish in your tacos, good thing they put them on the side. They're Guatemalan, so they're Guatemalan, and you know that because they try to get you to put relish. This is what this is called, right? Relish.
Radish.
Radish. They're gonna get you to put radish on your tacos. Definitely Guatemalans. Let me show you guys what me and Katie jammed to right here. Bronco and Conjunto Primavera. Olga Tañón, Los Buki, Marco Antonio Solí. I don't know who this guy is. Juan Sebastian. So this has to be one of the most interesting things I've ever seen in traffic. It's a red light for a U-turn. And I think now we're roughly at around Apollo Beach, or between Ruskin and Apollo Beach. I'll tell you, there's nothing more hideous than these box cookie cutter type of communities. That is a Walmart going in across the street here. I'll show you guys the intersection we're at. We're at Harvard Village and US 41. Without a doubt, that's a Walmart going in across the street. Now, I did a video here in this area a while back, and I showed you guys the workers at that construction site. And surprisingly, to me at least, it was surprising to see that a lot of the workers were actually Americans and not undocumented people building that Walmart. Take 5 oil change, ready to open right now. There's a billboard here for an Eliano's coming soon. Now, Katie, we used to have those in Alabama.
Yeah.
They weren't that great. And you know what the crazy thing about it was more expensive than Starbucks. This is absolutely one of my favorite cars ever. You want to tell them about the car we had when we first met?
Yeah, it was a red Mercedes-Benz.
Perfectly matching that theme of storage units, and there's a really strong odor coming out of this. Somebody's got to have 1,000 pounds up in there, and you can just smell it from the outside. You smell it, right? That's a lot. There's like a really strong smell here of like fresh green plant. Not quite. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. All right, guys, so this house in Apollo Beach is for rent. And if you don't want to rent, you can buy the house across the street. You can rent or you can buy. But everything's for sale here. Now, crap is real here in Apollo Beach because they got hit by both of those hurricanes we had pretty bad. It's for rent, but it's also for sale. How does that work? Okay. Really, 1950? That's a big house for 1950. This is actually a pretty big house for less than $2,000 a month. I mean, you got a garage. So things are not looking too good around here. Now, despite the fact it's called Apollo Beach, there isn't really a beach here. So this place was really affordable. Things are just not looking good here in Apollo Beach. Because it's affordable, a lot of people couldn't afford to rebuild because this area, despite the fact it has the name beach in its title, doesn't really have real beaches. It's not really an expensive area. It's an affordable area, so people don't have the type of money to rebuild after a hurricane. Now, back here at the end of this kind of dead-end street that has water all the way around it, I think they're just putting the final touches on these units here, and these are kind of for sale, I guess. They're 4-bedroom, 2-bath. Kind of higher population density than what you usually see for being on the water, but somehow they approved it. 1 year after these hurricanes, and there are still a lot of houses here that are not back together. Just on this street right here, I've seen about like 4 or 5 houses that are still completely like construction sites since the hurricane. Now here's something you just don't see that often in Florida: a brick Cape Cod house. Very cool. There's a camper on the driveway here. I'm gonna guess it probably flooded and they still haven't fixed it. There's another bizarre site. This is a really big house, but it's for rent. Like, who rents a house that big? That's crazy. This guy right here is gonna need one of them Guatemalans down there to get up on that rooftop down there and just tear it down and tear the whole thing down. Like, I'm gonna need some Guatemalans so they can fix my roof. It's crazy to believe, with as much real estate as there is available right now in Florida, how some people are still in denial about how bad things are getting in the state. So these signs are all over. So Airbnbs and vacation rentals became a huge thing here, and in this community a lot of people have put up these signs. A lot of people bought these houses as investments, and they turned these neighborhoods into I don't even know how to explain it, like hotels practically, like the sign says. And well, people here have just had enough of it. People here in Apollo Beach have had enough. But considering how bad tourism is in Florida right now, I don't think there's going to be visitors either way. I can definitely understand the sentiment of these people not wanting Airbnbs next door. Imagine that, man. Like, you got a house next door where every week it's different people. Maybe you got kids and stuff, and you know, they're partying. They're not sober. They're making noise. They're playing music. Large groups of people. Like, who would want to have that going on next door? I certainly wouldn't. People here have clearly had enough of it. It's not hard to tell that things aren't moving smoothly here in this community. So let's take a step back in time. People start buying these properties as investments, and then they start renting them out to people vacationing in Florida. But it becomes so profitable to do seasonal or vacation rentals in Florida because people that used to snowboard in Florida were no longer able to snowboard because the prices of real estate became so ridiculous. Yeah, buddy! And that's when things get real, because now people are buying properties and they don't want to rent them out to somebody to live year-round. They want to rent it out to somebody different on a weekly basis or daily basis, because they're making $13,000 a month. They're making $20,000 a month for a bigger house. So now the locals aren't able to rent houses in these types of neighborhoods because all of the properties available are being flipped on a weekly or monthly basis. That in turn drove up rental properties to the point where people who own real estate would refuse to rent to people that lived in Florida year-round. So now the average Floridian isn't able to afford to rent a house. He's got to go rent an apartment, which creates a whole entire boom. All right, here's this explosion of construction. So now the average Floridian isn't able to live in a normal neighborhood like this. There's a lot of crap that got absolutely demolished during the hurricanes. And really, it still looks kind of post-hurricane, but worse. You can barely make out Beach Club behind these overgrown trees. I mean, there's still roof shingles on the ground here. When your backup plan fails too. Dude, what type of trap-tang crap tang is going on in this neighborhood, dude? I tell you what, man. Let me get about 2 or 3 of them little grandma thing right there, man. I tell you what, that little trade your little back car battery too, man. Yo, this area is trashy, man. What's going on out here? Check out the local fauna around here. I tell you what, you get a little trashy mashy down there. I tell you what, man, you get a little garbage on the side of the house right there. Welcome to Apollo Beach. Yeah, buddy. That's pretty sad right there. Yeah, it's pretty sad right there. Well, that's pretty sad right there. 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 They closed down the Caribbean store, man. That's pretty sad right there. That's pretty sad right there. I'll tell you what, man, look at that Cuban town, that town in there. That's pretty sad right there. Yeah, buddy, check out this corner store. That's pretty sad right there. That's pretty sad right there. I tell you what, man, that little Cuban town down there, this is a little corner store right here. Man, I tell you what, that corner store right there. Yeah, buddy. That's how you do a corner store right there. Oh no, man, I tell you what, that's pretty sad right there. I tell you what, that's pretty sad right there. Yeah, buddy. This has got to be the coolest corner store I've ever seen, man. Ain't this the coolest store you ever seen?
Oh yeah.
I love it.
They got everything in here.
I gotta check it out, man. I tell you what. Just check out the front of this corner store. Very nice. See what's in there. Nothing makes me happier than a corner store like that. Straight up out of the trenches looking type of place. That pretty sad right there. Man, I tell you what, that was the most delicious fried chicken packato I ever had. That station fried chicken. Whose stomach is strong enough to handle that?
It's like getting gas station sushi and expecting you not to get sick.
So these giant warehouse things are popping up all over the Tampa area. Like there's one there. Like just they're everywhere. I tell you what, that toe down there. Gangster looking dudes, man. Watch out. I don't like these dudes at all. I'm gonna wait for these cars to patch where we go.
Okay.
They're up to no good, man.
I don't know.
I know some bad dudes when I see them. I seen that truck and windows rolled down. I was like, oh crap, man. They found me. I'm dead.
What's wrong with you?
Those are some bad dudes right there. I'm trying to tell you. That's like the Tampa mob right there. I tell you what.
You really think so?
Oh, those are some bad dudes. Trust me.
Head north on
Those
South
dudes right there.
Trail, North US Highway 41.
If you know, you know.
Big Bend.
Like these warehouse things are popping up everywhere in the outskirts of Tampa, and like
It's available.
Yeah, it's available, of course, because there's hundreds of them. Woke up early at around noon. Just thought I had to be in Tampa soon and make some YouTube videos so I can pay the rent. Homeless people in Bradenton throwing up panhandling signs. They got no house, they live on the strip. As he got close, I pointed my weapon, just like I thought, the fool kept stepping. He knocked on my window, I said, what for? He said, come on, man, give me $1 though. All right, y'all, this is Stone Mountain right outside of Tampa. Now, I don't know what type of nefarious chemicals we keep inside that mountain right there. I just love how there's like mountains of like radioactive waste in Tampa. Like here's just a mountain right here.
The mountain.
It's just a mountain. What's in it? I don't know, man. Could be potassium chloride. Could be potassium.
It's probably the highest elevation in Florida.
Right there, I tell you what. We just have mountains of contamination in Florida. It's like in California, we got mountains near the beach. In Florida, we have potassium sulfite mines near the beach, I tell you what. That's literally just a mountain. Is it a landfill? Is it like one of those landfills where they just put like chloric acid or something? Like what's in that mountain?
I know it's toxic.
There's no doubt it's toxic. How toxic is the question? Alright guys, so we're now approaching Gibson, which is basically like, imagine if a landfill got hit by a hurricane and then it all flooded and it got washed downstream and then it caught fire again and then it sat there abandoned for a few hundred years and then a homeless camp was built on top of it and then that burnt down and then it all got washed down another valley and then it caught fire again and then like it became another landfill on top of all that. And that would be like the nice part of town right there. That's what Gibson's like, okay? This here is one of them places where you just toe to toe down there, okay? You just toe to toe down there type of place. You just toe to toe, man.
Pennsylvania Avenue.
And then a clown pooped on it or something, okay? That's what Gibson's all about. Okay, you have not arrived at your destination. You've arrived at your termination. That's where you've arrived. Okay, I'm not even going to tell you. I'm going to have to show you. Because if I tell you, you ain't going to believe me. Okay, I don't even know where to begin to describe the condition that this town is in. Okay, is this a shed? Or a trailer? Or a house? Or a plant? What do you call a place where they have plants? A planetarium? A planetarium? Like, what is this? Somebody literally nailed or screwed or super glued all these different materials together, and they didn't think about cutting them. Okay, when you have trees growing on, this house has trees growing on the roof, like that. How do you even address that? What type of code violation is that, dude? We're about to try Haitian food from a Haitian food truck. That's how you get diarrhea down there. We're gonna get some diarrhea down there, I tell you what. This town needs help. Like, you can't keep your couches outside because they get rained on. 4 out of 10. You want to try to get some Haitian? Want to try it?
I'm gonna eat in the truck though.
Let me see the food. Let me see the photos. There's like a bunch of Cubans screaming over here. What do you think? It's 4.8. I think the only thing they got is grill. Let's try it. Want to try it? You want to sit down and eat?
In the truck.
What do you think? It's got a 4.8.
It seems way too heavy for today.
Yeah, it is, but we're trying to like do. Let me see what the reviews are. People say this restaurant serves delicious Haitian food, griot, banana, macaroni. They also like the friendly, welcoming service. That's strange for a Haitian restaurant. Most Haitian places are like, hey, look, you didn't even put down there. The food is definitely delicious. I'm thrilled we're seeing Haitian restaurants here. However,
some chihuahuas just showed up.
Yeah. There are, for instance, the chicken is often undercooked. This may be a personal preference, but sometimes it's pink. I can see the blood. It lacks salt. I'm not sure if it's a preference, man. Lastly, the sauce comes with grill platter is lacking flavor. Okay, so this doesn't look great. We'll try something else. What's up with the dogs here, man? I'll tell you what.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Haitian food, okay. You got these Cubans over here with a boat. They're importing the illegals over here, I tell you what. The dang Cuban over there. What do you say? He's sorry he missed me in the morning? Like, this is what Gibson looks like from US 41. It's just a sight to behold. I ain't going in there. Okay, I think they call this the East Bay. What do you call this area? East Bay, South Hillsborough, East Hillsborough, Southeast Hillsborough. Like, what does, like, if you live in the Tampa Bay area, all this area we've covered today, what do you call this area other than miserable? Like, is there a name for this area? Is there a name for this area? Like a generalized name for this whole area over here? Other than toxic zone. Toxic chemical mountain area. Just breathing them fumes down there. You can't breathe downtown. Now, let me give you a little warning about Haitian food. It's good food, but you better be really careful where the crap you get your Haitian food from. And there's no shyness from the Haitian people about their dislike for white people trying their food. Like, you think they'd be like, oh, Papa, you gonna spend some money? No, they're not gonna be happy you're there. They'll be like, man, why do white men want to eat my Haitian food? Papa, you know that's not really pork, right, Papa? You know that's not pork, Papa. I'm like, I don't care what type of it. Don't tell me what it is, because then I'm not gonna want to eat it. Just cook it and I'll eat it, but don't tell me what it is, because then I'm not gonna want it. Okay, just cook. Anybody knows what type of superstitions have been buried at this mountain here? Whatever they've buried underneath that mountain, it ain't good. I don't know what's buried in there, but it can't be good. I ought to call this area Chernobyl down there, I tell you what. All right, guys, finally we are just 6 miles outside of Tampa. This is the type of place where you just want to retire and settle down and start a credit card field theft ring or something. Commercial property available here. The issue is, I mean, like, what application would you have that would require this building in this neighborhood? It's kind of a tough cookie to sell. Mira, mi gente, Leo Tampa. Ahí tiene su pet shop. El camión lo están arreglando. I actually know the guy that owns that truck, by the way. Yeah. You see my friend on Facebook a while back when I was in the pigeons. Saludos a todos los palomeros y casqueros aquí en Tampa City. Alright guys, we're not technically in Tampa city limits, but for all practical purposes, we're in Tampa now. Now imagine here on US 41 in the outskirts of Tampa, why a tire shop would have to close. Like, do you know how many people get flat tires around here? There's a mobile home park here, kind of surrounded by all this commercial district, so... So these neighborhoods here are gonna be some pretty rough areas. Looks like a house on stilts, but it's like leaning. It's a lean to right there. I'm not gonna be able to like fix the camera onto this property because there's people outside, but like this is like lore back here. Like really rough looking little area. Normally I try to get like nice and clear shots for you guys, but there's like a lot of people outside the house, so I didn't want to like, you know what I mean? Like trying to show, oh crap, there's a guy outside. I don't want to get mad. Dude, this is like the meth runs out here. Like, I'm literally afraid of recording. And it's weird because there's like nice houses, right? Like, it's really weird. Like, there's like really nice houses, and then like you go a few houses down and it's like a whole different world. It's very, very weird. It's like very contrasted back here. It goes from like extraordinarily hood to like bougie. It really sucks to live in a neighborhood where like some people are trying to keep their properties nice and well kept, and then other people look like, I don't even know how to explain it, but like, now today is a Saturday, but let me tell you, I have never seen Tampa this empty. And you have a lot of businesses closed, a lot of abandoned buildings. Like, you're not really supposed to have that in Tampa. I don't know if y'all knew that, but it's like a big city. Like, it's supposed to be like, when you see, you know, buildings abandoned on major intersections, you know, like big intersections, like people should be fighting for this real estate. Like that should be like, *somebody should be like, yeah, I can make money on that corner. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird that there really isn't a necessity right now economically for that. Like, yeah, it's the weekend and all that, so it's gonna be a little bit emptier than usual. But dude, you're in Tampa. You're like downtown Tampa. Is like, you get on that bridge right there and you're in downtown Tampa in like a heartbeat. Like, there's no reason for all this real estate out here to be available like this. There's something economically wrong. Not sure if we're exactly in city limits, but this is definitely Tampa. And just take a look at this place, man. Rough. This drive here is one of the saddest drives in Tampa because the amount of people that live out here that are homeless, it's really sad. You just drive through here and you see a lot of people on the streets, And like I said, on the way up here, you know, you're on US 41. Like, should there really be vacant businesses on US 41? Like, somebody should be like, hey, I can make money on this corner. I can start a little tire shop, or, you know, launder some money for somebody. Like, there ought to be a legitimate purpose for that corner right there. You got that walk right there. Got that recent walk right there. That recent. I'll call it a recent walk. You know what I'm saying? It's like I've recently been walking places like that. Let's check out this little corner back here. We got to figure out something to eat. There's a Church's chicken here. I've never had Church's chicken. Hopefully I never will.
You want to have it today?
No, absolutely not. Not even for a YouTube video, Katie. Is that that dog? It's the dog! Dude, that dog's famous. That dog is famous.
The dog! It's the dog!
It's the dog. That is the biggest EBT sign I have ever seen. So this little side of Tampa over here, it's rough. It's a rough part of the city. It's heartless out here. And look how heartless this guy is, parking his truck in front of me while I'm trying to record. Absolutely inconsiderate, bro. But I try to get some interviews from the people on the street out here today, guys, but it's not gonna happen. People are just too distracted and too lost to pull through, and people are just going through stuff. But you figure when you need a camera trailer thing, I don't know if y'all ever, does this exist in other parts of the country? Is this just a Florida thing? Like, dude, they literally need cameras just for a parking lot. But it's rough out here. It really is rough enough to where you actually need it. Like, don't ever think for a minute that those cameras are there to protect you. Those cameras are there to protect the businesses, or by law enforcement to arrest whoever they want to. It might be private, but either way, it's a rough little district. Like, this is a rough area, and the pit bull situation, apparently it's a thing in Tampa to have a pit bull if you're on the streets, because the pit bull protects you, and well, it's dangerous to be homeless in the streets, so it makes sense that the homeless people in Tampa would have pit bulls for their safety, because after all, it's dangerous out here. So the homeless people carry pit bulls. It's a normal thing. There's quite a few pit bulls on the streets of Tampa. You always see pit bulls in Tampa. Whoa, that's
okay.
Easy with the peasy, buddy. But this is a real transient area, and it's sad to see people out here. This is one tough part of Tampa out here. Like, the only thing you see out here are EBT signs everywhere. It's like it's a currency out here. It's like if EBT was the currency out here or something. Saw a guy just sitting here looking sad behind this thing over here. It's pretty sad sometimes, the stuff you see here in Tampa. I can't see him from the angle I'm at right now, but there's a dude just kind of sitting there. Right here used to be a Linex store, you know, where you get your bed liner put in, but it's abandoned and closed now. Pretty sad. That car boxed us in right behind us.
Not good.
Yeah, just stay still. I think we'll be alright. But there's no reason for them to have done that. Here in Tampa, businesses will put up these green signs right here. And these green signs, if they got that green sign in the window, that means that homeless people can't be here. The sheriff's office can kick you out. So it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter how much abandoned it is. If it's got that green sign, the homeless people won't hang out. We should leave this place. This is just too many people strategically. There's just too much going on in this one. Let's leave. Anytime you got two freaking Chargers sitting somewhere like that with people in them, I'm just like, I'm out of here. One thing you'll learn about the streets is if there's a Dodge Charger, just leave. Also, the housing situation here in Tampa is serious as well. I mean, but these houses here, you can see there's homeless people sleeping on the porch. They're building the houses, yet the homeless people are sleeping there. So these are like homes that were being built, but I don't know if they're abandoned or just moving slow. But in Florida, trespassing on a construction site is a felony, so kind of brave. We gotta make up our minds on getting something to eat here today in Tampa. There's usually good food, we just gotta find the right place. Type of thing you would expect to see like in Memphis or Atlanta, but here we are in Tampa. Take a look at this scene, guys. You got one dude over there I don't know what the crap he's doing. He's dancing or something. You got the water boy over here, but that dude's over there. He's like dancing or some crap. Like, what exactly is that dude over there doing, bro? He's like, he's out of it. Like, it's a really sad scene here on Tampa. It's really a mess on these streets. It really is a mess on these streets here in Tampa. It's sad, literally, on these streets of Tampa right now. The stuff you see driving through here. The amount of people on the streets, it's sad. Like, as I'm driving through here, like, there's a lot of vacant businesses, bro. Like, we drove past on Hillsborough right now. Behind us, there's these huge warehouses. I mean, giant warehouses. And they got giant for lease signs on. Like, I've never seen a for lease sign on a warehouse that big. So things in Tampa are not looking all that great. You get up over here, man, it's like people ain't doing crap. People are economically afflicted right now, man. Crap is real. Look at this guy. People drive like idiots out here. People in Tampa drive like absolute idiots. Instead of admitting, hey, you know, we're in a really bad spot, businesses are closing, you know, things are really bad right now, they're lying to people and telling them the complete opposite, and they believe it. But bro, all you gotta do is drive through here. This is Hillsborough in Tampa. This is one of the city's major arteries, and see how many businesses are boarded up. You think a city the size of Tampa should have this many businesses boarded up? Everywhere you look, homeless people running around. Some of them are out in the street pretending like they're crazy so they can get locked up in a mental health hospital so they don't have to sleep on the street. Look, come on, bro. The amount of boarded up businesses in this city, bro. This is Hillsborough. This is a big city with millions of people in the metro. One of the major thoroughways for this city. Do you really think there should be this many boarded up buildings in Tampa? Get the crap out of here, bro. I mean, if you know, you know. This is Armenia. This is supposed to be like the heart of the Cuban Colombian community. This is supposed to be like lively on a Saturday. Dude, what the crap happened to this neighborhood? I'm just gonna swing around the block real quick here. Guys, this is some really sad crap. This is Armenia. This is like the heart of the Latin community here in Tampa. Other than like Ybor City. Like Ybor City is like the tourist Latin neighborhood. This is like the authentic. And this business right here, it's completely closed down. What the crap, dude? Like, this is supposed to be like prime real estate. Like, this is supposed to be like the type of real estate people should be fighting for. I mean, you figure on Armenia and Hillsborough, and all this crap is empty and vacant. Like, dude, this is supposed to be.
Continue on North
This district here was packed, busy. Like, this is the heart of Latin community. Not the decline of this neighborhood is visible. We were here what, a few months ago, Katie, 3 or 4 months ago, doing videos on live.
Not even.
We were here like 3 months ago doing videos on live, and the difference is noticeable. Bro, take a look at this. Like, what is this? This is closed right here. What was it? What's the sign saying on top? Buccaneer Rental closed. Like, dude, this is supposed to be like on a Saturday night, dude. All of this is supposed to be like thriving and bumping for rent signs and crap. Like, what the crap, dude? Bro, this is like the real heart of Tampa as far as like Latin districts. Like, you know, a lot of people say, you know, Ybor City, that's for tourists. Like, this is the real Tampa. Something ain't right here. What was that, like a Burger King or something? Like, whatever it was, it's closed. And yet, the officials in Florida telling people that things have never been better here.
Quarter-mile, turn left.
We're having the best economy we've ever had. Dude, look at this place, bro. Like, the only people you see out here are homeless people. You know the little place that's really busy with the deliveries? Let's go there. Look at all the garbage pile up. Look, it says they're open, but there's no lights on inside. Are they open? Oh, we're not gonna eat there. We ate there once. There is somebody inside, right?
There's people inside.
Yeah, it looks like it's closed. Like, it's literally open, yet it looks like it's closed because there's nobody here. All right, guys, so we're gonna eat at a place that's one of the best Latin restaurants in Tampa. Now, we've never been able to eat here. We get food delivery all the time, but like, there's like a line. Usually, there's a line where like you can't even get in because it's so busy. But today we drove by and there's nobody there, so I think we'll be able to eat there. When are they gonna fix it? Well, they don't fix this road because it's a Latin area. If it was a white area, they'd fix the roads, but since it's a Hispanic district, they don't fix the roads. All right, guys, so there it is, El Chuzo. Now, this is kind of like Venezuelan barbecue. It's a type of food that I've had before, and it's usually really good. If you live in Bradenton, there's one called El Botalon, which is on 41. I definitely recommend this little spot in Tampa if you want to get some good Latin food. All right, guys, so this is Ybor City, supposed to be Tampa's hip and fun district for nightclubs and parties and crap like that. Saturday night, Ybor City. This is Ybor City, Tampa's hip district. This place took a big hit after COVID. I mean, with COVID, this place almost died. And never been the same, really. I mean, for a while, when people were coming here, it got wild for a little bit. After COVID, when everybody came to Florida. But it just hasn't been what it used to be. What's up, buddy? That person I feel like I can follow.
Let's just go on.
Run, Melissa! Running. Run! Run! I'm just encouraging her. I don't need you to tell me how to drive, okay? I'm driving while telling people how they need to walk. So I'm good on mine. I don't need your input. No, see that no, you got that no, see that no, you see that no, you can't run across the road like that, man. You see that no,